believe that we have another judge with us. Judge Carcillo is here.
Okay, hello. Good evening, everyone. My name is Brad Gottschall. I am the Lower Paxton Township Manager, and in typical fashion, I'll give a quick summary of this evening's agenda before we begin, particularly for the benefit of those who may be watching at home on television. It's a very ceremonial night. Tonight, we have two actions from the board. One to swear in a new member of the Board of Supervisors, and that is Paul W. Navarro. He will be sworn in to the board this evening officially. Next, the board will take action on a recommendation to appoint William J. Murphy to the Zoning Hearing Board as an alternate member. We will also then go into regular business, which is for the board to entertain a presentation on the Emergency Medical Services Renewal Agreement with South Central Emergency Medical Services. And second, a presentation on Ordinance 20-09, authorizing the execution of a cable franchise agreement with Comcast. With all that said, members of the board are seated and prepared to conduct business. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gottschall. We'll call this meeting of the Lower Paxton Township Board of Supervisors to order. I would like everyone to please rise, and Supervisor Judd will lead us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. This being a workshop meeting, we do not have minutes to approve. Actually, I want to go out of order here and take the ceremony for the swearing in of Mr. Navarro first, so that he can participate in public comment and other items taking place. So with that, I would like to ask our newly appointed supervisor, along with Judge Carcillo. Your Honor, it's a pleasure and an honor to have you with us this evening. Thank you.
Your Honor, Your Honor.
We're honored, Your Honor, yes.
All right.
You want your mom to come up and hold the Bible? Do you want your mom to come up and hold the Bible? Okay.
Yeah.
You sure she can?
No, that's all right.
All right. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. State your name.
Paul William Navarro.
I'm fogging up. Do solemnly swear.
I do.
Sorry, repeat after me.
Yes,
Do
ma'am.
solemnly swear
I solemnly swear
that you will support,
that I will support,
obey,
obey,
and defend the Constitution of the United States
and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that you will discharge your duties
and that I will discharge my duties
as supervisor for Lower Paxton Township
as supervisor for Lower Paxton Township
and Dauphin County
and Dauphin County
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey.
You are most welcome.
No backing out now.
No backing out now. You state your full
All right,
name.
thank you. And she's going to take care of it, and I'll get the seal. Okay. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Supervisor, if you would take your seat down here, and then the manager, congratulations. Okay. The manager will take a photo of us, which we're going to do this way this time instead of everybody standing out in front. Yeah. So, can you get us all in here, Brad?
Want me to move over just a little bit?
There we go. Looks good. Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge, for joining us this evening. And Mr. Supervisor, any words of wisdom before we proceed?
No, I look forward to
Turn your mic on. Oh, first word of wisdom.
Thank you. Yes, thanks. I look forward to working for everyone and working with everyone here, and I thank you for allowing me the opportunity. So, thanks.
Thank you. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
And with that, we will proceed to public comment. And as is our custom, public comment is for any item not on the agenda this evening. If there is an item on the agenda, we'll afford public comment at that time. So would anybody like to comment on an item not on the agenda this evening? Okay, seeing none, we will then move on to
6.
item 6, which is on a recommendation to appoint William J. Murphy, official name here tonight, William J. Murphy to the Zoning Hearing Board, and this would be, I believe, as an alternate? Yes. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we appoint William J. Murphy to the Zoning Board, Zoning Hearing Board as an alternate.
So moved. Is there a second?
Second,
Any public comment or board questions?
AKA Joe.
AKA Joe, yes. Seeing no public comment or questions, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Congratulations, Mr. Murphy. Welcome on.
Thank you.
Okay, and now it is time for us to have the first presentation of an emergency medical services renewal agreement with South Central Emergency Medical Services. And we are, good evening.
Good evening, supervisors. It's
Good to
not
have you
much-
with us.
Nice to be here. It's not much of a presentation.
Okay.
But I'm here to answer any questions that you might have in regards to the renewal agreement for 2021-2022 with South Central EMS. As stated in the original letter that was sent, there is no rate increase whatsoever, and I don't foresee one in the foreseeable future. But I'm open to answer any questions that you might have in regards to that agreement.
I don't have any questions, Jason, but for the residents, could you just let them know approximately how many calls a year, how many calls a month in Lower Paxton? How many rigs a day do you have in Lower Paxton?
Sure. Lower Paxton, we run approximately 5,500 to 6,000 calls a year. Our average response time within Lower Paxton is 6.5 to 6.6 minutes from the time of dispatch to we're actually on scene. Within Lower Paxton, generally speaking, we have during the day one MICU, sometimes two, which is a mobile intensive care unit, and two BLS trucks if the one is a MICU. We are, Lower Paxton, out of the 8 municipalities that we cover, Lower Paxton is our busiest township that we serve. And that's, our main station's based on Poplar Street. It's a 5-bay station that houses 3 ambulances.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for all that you do for the residents.
Sure, you're
Yeah.
welcome.
It's always good to see you. Thank you for all you do.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. I can attest to how busy you are. You're about a half a block from my office, and there's a lot of sirens go off coming out of your building. So, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Anybody else? Questions? Okay.
All right. Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
sir. Thank you,
Thank you.
Jason. Appreciate
Jason.
it.
You're welcome.
We now need the first presentation of ordinance 2020-09, this authorizing execution of a cable franchise agreement with Comcast of Southeastern Pennsylvania LLC. Mr. Manager, do you have any comments relative to this proposed agreement?
Yes, sir. Members of the board, this agreement represents months of negotiation between the Cohen Law Firm contracted through the Capital Region Council of Governments, of which we took part in a cooperative agreement. And the Cohen Law Firm has now finally and officially concluded those negotiations with Comcast. And we have before the board this evening the final agreement, as well as the ordinance which authorizes the execution of that agreement. So just by way of a quick explanation for maybe some of the newer board members to this agreement, the cable franchise agreement, really pursuant to the Cable Act, regulations of the FCC and Pennsylvania law, allows the township to grant a non-exclusive and revocable franchise to cable providers providing authority to construct, maintain, and operate its utility system within the public rights-of-way within the township. And just to give a quick overview of what the agreement does for the township, in return for the agreement, the township receives a franchise fee in the amount of 5% of the cable operator's gross revenues. And that is a definition that is within the agreement that you can read if you have a restless night, which is the same as the previous agreement, no change there. It provides an assurance of a few customer service standards, things like providing for particular appointment windows, time limits on repair work and telephone answering services within customer service divisions of Comcast, providing for clear and concise bills to customers, providing for service interruption credits to its customers, and things like that. It also provides the township certain right-of-way protections for damage done within the public rights-of-way or on private property. It provides certain reporting requirements to the township, including financial and customer service data from Comcast upon request. It provides for a public educational and governmental channel, or as we commonly refer to, the PEG channel, which is how everyone at home is watching these meetings every week. It provides a cash franchise grant in the amount of $53,154, which is a grant that will be provided in a lump sum in cash to the township, but will be reflective of the entire 10 years of the agreement. So, that $53,000 grant will be kind of shown on Comcast bills for every customer over the 10 years. And that represents approximately $6 per Comcast subscriber, of which there are 8,859 in Lower Paxton. It also provides a few services to community facilities, such as free television service to the municipal center and all other township facilities. This year, unfortunately, and this continues to be the subject of ongoing court challenges, but the FCC's recent order on these kind of in-kind services, such as providing free television service to the municipal entities, is now considered to be part of the 5% franchise fee. So cable providers can now assign a rate card value to those services and offset the franchise fee by that amount. Comcast actually hasn't made a decision on whether or not they're going to execute that and do that to Lower Paxton, or from the way I understand, any of their customers at this point. But we will get notice of their intent to do that when we start to receive our first franchise fee installment. And at that point, we can make a determination whether or not we want to continue receiving the free services or have increased franchise fee and have to purchase the services. So either way, it'll be offset somehow, but we're just not sure how we'll do that yet. But so there they are, the services and things we receive as the township in return for providing this cable franchise agreement. So if the board has any questions, I'd be happy to attempt to answer them. The ordinance has been advertised for adoption at your next meeting in September, so that is ready to roll for the 15th.
We have in the budget for Comcast and Verizon, looks like we're budgeting about $1 million in total revenue from these fees, just for the public's knowledge. And it went down $25,000 per. I don't know if that was because of the outstanding issue of the services or no.
Yeah, that was just, I anticipate those fees going down just naturally due to people cutting the cord and
Right.
moving to streaming services.
Right.
Because this cable franchise fees are only 5% of gross revenues on cable services. So
Right.
they are fighting very hard to make sure that streaming and all these other new technology are not included. But I think there's a ongoing fight about that. But
I thought it was
it continues to go down.
I thought it was your great negotiating skills.
Not me. The Cohen Law Firm.
So where are we
But
at
yeah.
with Verizon? Where,
Thank you, though.
Where is that contract?
I don't know that we've ever done that. Yeah,
Yeah, we
Uh,
do.
we've.
Yeah, we do one, but I don't know what year we're in, Steve?
We'll
Okay.
get an answer on that.
That's a this year thing.
This particular negotiation's been going on for, I think, prior to my arrival.
Yeah, quite a few
So
years.
yeah,
Yeah, that was a while.
And I
This
think it
is
was
just for
initiated,
conversation.
initiated through the Council of Governments.
yes, yes. The hiring of Cohen Law, I believe. Yes,
This is discussion only tonight.
yes, yep. At your next meeting, you'll have the ordinance on the agenda, and Steve will do his magic.
Any other questions or comments? Any member of the public have a question or comment? Okay, seeing none, we'll move that forward to next week's business meeting. And that now takes us, wow, we're moving along we're moving along very rapidly tonight. We'll now go to improvement guarantees. And if memory serves me correctly, since this is not working real well, I believe we have two items, both of which are relatively routine. Wrong one. Any questions about the two items?
Look pretty routine.
Yep.
They are pretty routine. There we go. With that, well, this isn't going well with the IT tonight again. So, is there a motion to approve the two improvement guarantees?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the subdivision and land development improvement guarantees as presented by what you couldn't find on the screen.
Yes, it has disappeared. We have a motion to approve the two improvement guarantees. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded. Moved and seconded. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
I have no further items on the agenda. Any announcements from members of the board or staff? Okay. Robin has no announcements?
Yeah, just one, if you go to the website and look at all the activities that the Parks and Recreation Department has for September and October, and also to the Police Department website. Tomorrow night is the first exhibit on the simulator, which I'm pretty sure that one is full, but there's one next Wednesday night and also on October the 6th, and you can register on the Lower Paxton Police to see the simulator.
Okay, very good. And with that, our next board meeting will be a business meeting 1 week from tonight, Tuesday, September 15th, 2020 at 7 p.m. in this room. Having no further business before the board, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
So moved and seconded. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
See ya.